What's going on? Now, I'm going to bring y'all the story of Jennifer Hudson and David Ortunga. Now, these two are calling it splits after 10 years. But man, what I'm reading is that she is filing the order of protection on it. I think that's bogus. There's no evidence of him being abusive. She's trying to say he pushed her. Stop it. After 10 years, one push, you want to, all of a sudden, now you want a restraining order? After you guys been talking about splitting for months and then you're the one cheating? It don't sound right to me, man, because this was a great guy. Now, them two met, back when she was going through her ordeal with her family being killed. Her mother was killed. Brother and her nephew was killed. And so, and she, in one of the interviews, she said that he saved her life. Now, that don't mean she owe him her life. But man, and then she is the alleged cheating. Now, I'm gonna bring y'all a story of her when she was going through a deal with her being going through. But I'm gonna bring y'all what TMZ had to bring. Hey, this story ain't adding up. Now, hold on, let me see. Here's what TMZ had to say about it. Alright, so now, it's saying Jennifer Hudson played super dirty by sneaking into court and getting the order of protection against baby daddy. You see how they throw baby daddy out there? Come on, when they do black people like that. Anyway, David Ortunga to get a leg up in a custody dispute, so claims Ortunga's lawyers. Attorney Tracy Rizzo just filed legal documents asking the judge to throw out the order of protection the judge granted Thursday, forcing Ortunga out of the family home and requiring him to stay clear of Jennifer Hudson's 8-year-old son, David Jr. Now, to keep a father from his son is despicable, man. Stop that. Tyree's going through the same thing, but anyway. Rizzo says she and David were blindsided by the order of protection and Hudson's lawyer never gave them any notice of the hearing. So when the other person doesn't show up, that means she automatically gets the order of protection. That's dirty by sneaking into court. And if he don't show up, they grant the order of protection. She says Hudson's endgame was to gain unfair advantage in the custody negotiation which was reached in past Wednesday, trying to make David look like the villain. Them two, he's the primary caregiver. Now, she's the breadwinner. It sounds like, well, of course, she makes the most money. She's always on the road. She's always traveling. And he's at home taking care of the child. Now, but he's not a bum or nothing. He's a WWE wrestler. Make good money. And he was a reality TV show. He's came from that show, I Love New York, the reality TV show. I don't think he made no money off that, but he was a wrestler, and I think he still is a wrestler. I'm gonna bring y'all the story with her and her family.
Ordinary strength long after she left that stage. Tonight, the latest chapter in Jennifer Hudson's story of hope and heartbreak. And as we reported last night here on World News, a jury has convicted her former brother-in-law in the murders of 3 family members, including Hudson's mother. Here's ABC's Alex Perez tonight from Chicago.
It was the guilty verdict Jennifer Hudson had hoped for. Justice for the murders of her mother, brother, and 7-year-old nephew. Jurors convicting her former brother-in-law, William Balfour. Hudson silently cried as the verdict was read. Jurors say her daily presence in the courtroom played no role in their decision.
Her celebrity really had nothing to do with it. This was not, for us, the Jennifer Hudson case.
Her Cinderella story has captivated millions. From one of Chicago's worst neighborhoods to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, catapulted to fame with American Idol, then an Oscar-winning performance in the movie Dreamgirls. Hudson went on to sell millions of albums, and these days is the voice of Weight Watchers after a stunning weight loss herself. Hudson's career was at its peak when her family was gunned down in 2008. The trial cast her in a role she never wanted, witness. Hudson was the first person prosecutors called to the stand. The actress and singer, who's now a mother herself, rarely speaks about losing her loved ones. She sat down with Robin Roberts last year and shared those lessons she learned from her mother.
So I make sure everything is, surrounded around family because that's what she taught us. If you don't have family, you don't have anything.
So, man, he was that ride or die. She gave an interview that he saved her life, and he was there before she lost all that weight, man. She was there when she was like just blowing up. So, man, we had high hopes for these two Chicago, man, because we know that over 50% of black couples in divorce if they get married. So what can you do? But Tyrese was just granted 50% custody of his child. Man, and so, man, it's so important for fathers to be in their child's life. For women out here to try to keep a father from their child is the worst thing you can do for a child, especially a young boy, man. Because we are already facing 50% of our children dropping out of high school. Fatherless children are twice as likely to drop out of high school, 50 to 100 times more likely to use drugs and be addicted to drugs. 70% chance of being ended up in prison. It's like a 75% chance of committing suicide. It's crazy stats. Every negative stats top the charts for fatherless children, man. And man, this
Hudson has said,
hold on,
what now keeps her.
So this is something, man, in the black community, it's a tragedy. For mothers to, even be trying to keep their children away from the child's father. It's horrendous, man. And I'm gonna bring y'all more updates when I find out the rest of the updates going on. All right, so they did it. Make sure I got a lot of I do a lot of shows on Facebook. I do a lot of shows on YouTube. I try to combine both of them together as much as possible. For those of you who haven't heard, Chicago Way documentary won Best Director. I won Best Director downtown. It was in a film festival. Y'all look out for that documentary. Y'all stay in tune with the rest of my shows. I'm going to be having a few guests on the show tomorrow. Well, actually today, because today is Sunday, man. But I keep y'all updated on this, man. This is bogus, man. If she's... And when also I want to let y'all know that it's alleged that she's creeping with a producer she hired. And so her and her son was there at the studio, and he had her son kind of tape some stuff. And when she came home, he was looking upset and confronted her and like pushed her out the room. And that's why she's trying to say, oh, he pushed me, I'm scared of him now. I ain't feeling none of that, man. And he's going to court just to see, trying to get that restraining order lifted so that he can at least see the child for Thanksgiving. Also, man, she called the police and had him kicked out the crib. Jennifer, man. Anyway, man, we'll see what else is going on, man. What can you do? That's why I'm never getting married. It ain't never happening. No way.